A few years ago, Jake got the call he'd been dreaming about. The promotion, the raise, the title, the recognition, everything he thought would finally make him feel financially secure. His salary jumped overnight. For years, he told himself that once he earned more money, life would get easier. No more stress. No more checking his bank account before buying something. No more feeling behind. And for a while, it felt like he was right. He celebrated with friends, took his family out for dinner, started imagining all the things he could finally afford. For the first time in years, it felt like he had won. But 2 years later, something strange happened. Despite earning significantly more money than before, he felt almost exactly the same. The stress was still there, the anxiety was still there, and his savings account barely looked different. At first, he couldn't understand it. How could someone make so much more money and still feel stuck? So he started looking for answers. And what he discovered completely changed the way he thought about money. The first thing he realized was that wealth doesn't disappear all at once. It disappears slowly, quietly, one decision at a time. When Jake got the raise, he didn't suddenly start buying luxury watches or sports cars. He did what most people do. He upgraded his life. He moved into a nicer apartment. Nothing outrageous, just a place that felt a little more comfortable, a little more convenient, a little more deserving of his new income. Then he upgraded his car, not because he needed a new one, but because the old one no longer felt right. After all, successful people drove nicer cars. At least that's what he told himself. Then came food delivery, premium subscriptions, weekend trips, better clothes, more dinners out, a newer phone, a more expensive gym. And here's the important part. Every single purchase felt reasonable. Every single one had a logical explanation. That's why he never noticed the trap. Most financial mistakes don't feel like mistakes when you're making them. They feel justified. The apartment wasn't a mistake. The car wasn't a mistake. The vacations weren't mistakes. The real problem was that every improvement became permanent. Every upgrade quietly increased the amount of money required just to maintain his lifestyle. Without realizing it, he had built a more expensive version of his old life. What Jake didn't realize was that his new income came with an invisible tax. The tax of expectation. As his title grew, so did the unspoken rules of his new circle. The colleagues he now managed lunched at different places. The clients he entertained expected a certain level of presentation. Slowly, his choices stopped being about what he wanted and started being about what was expected. He found himself ordering the more expensive wine, not because he could taste the difference, but because he didn't want to be the person looking at the price tag. He noticed that his peers talked about luxury resorts, private coaches, and elite neighborhood zoning. Suddenly, the things he used to consider massive luxuries became the baseline of normal conversation. If you hang around people who spend $5,000 on a vacation, a $2,000 trip starts to feel like you're skimping. Your reality shifts based on the room you are in. 1 year later, he sat down and reviewed his finances. His income had increased dramatically, but his savings hadn't. And that's when he noticed something shocking. There wasn't one giant expense causing the problem. There were hundreds of tiny ones. Tiny upgrades scattered throughout his life. Each one seemed harmless, but together they were consuming almost every extra dollar he earned. That's when he learned about something psychologists call the hedonic treadmill. The concept is simple. Humans adapt incredibly fast. The things we once dreamed about quickly become normal. Think about the last thing you desperately wanted. Maybe it was a new phone, a better apartment, a higher salary. Remember how exciting it felt when you finally got it? Now think about how you feel today. Chances are, it feels ordinary. That's because your brain adjusted. The excitement faded. The expectation remained. And that's exactly what happened to Jake. The apartment that once felt luxurious became average. The salary that once felt life-changing became expected. The lifestyle that once felt exciting became normal. His happiness adapted. But his expenses stayed. And that's where many people get stuck. They keep increasing their income, but they increase their expectations at the same speed, so they never actually feel richer. Then came another realization, one that was even harder to accept. The problem wasn't just spending, it was comparison. When Jake earned less money, he compared himself to people in a similar position. But as his income increased, The people he compared himself to changed. Now he was comparing himself to people earning twice as much. People with bigger homes, better vacations, nicer cars, more impressive lifestyles. And social media amplified everything. Every scroll showed someone succeeding faster, someone living bigger, someone appearing wealthier. The strange thing about comparison is that it constantly moves the finish line. No matter how far you've come, it convinces you that you're still behind. And when people feel behind, they spend. Not because they need something, because they want to feel like they belong. Most spending isn't about necessity, it's about identity. People often buy things that communicate success, not because those things improve their lives, because those things improve how they believe they're perceived. The challenge is that status spending never ends. There is always someone with a larger house, a newer car, a better vacation, a more expensive watch. If your happiness depends on having more than everyone else, you'll spend your entire life chasing a finish line that keeps moving. Jake finally realized that earning more money wasn't creating wealth. Keeping more money was. That single insight changed everything. But insight without action is useless. He knew he needed a strategy. He looked at his finances and drew a line in the sand. He implemented what he called the 50% rule for any future growth. From that day forward, whenever he received a raise, a bonus, or an extra stream of income, he made a pact with himself. 50% could go toward enjoying the present, but the other 50% belonged strictly to his future. It went directly into investments before it ever touched his checking account. He automated the boundary. By doing this, he allowed himself to taste the fruits of his labor, but he safely anchored his lifestyle from drifting away. Instead of automatically upgrading his lifestyle every time his income increased, he started doing something different. He upgraded his future. He invested more, saved more, owned more assets, and focused less on looking successful. At first, it felt strange. Nobody congratulates you for increasing your investment contributions. Nobody notices when you quietly build an emergency fund. Nobody applauds when you decide not to upgrade your lifestyle. But those invisible decisions started creating visible results. His stress decreased. His savings grew. His investments compounded. And for the first time, he felt something he hadn't felt after the promotion. Freedom. Not because he was earning more, because he needed less. That's the lesson most people never hear. Rich isn't what you earn. Rich is what you keep. Anyone can increase their income. Very few people increase the gap between what they earn and what they spend. And that gap is where wealth lives. The world teaches people to chase bigger paychecks. But wealth is often built by protecting the difference between income and lifestyle. Because every dollar you don't spend today buys options tomorrow. It buys flexibility. It buys freedom. It buys time. When you have a high income but high expenses, you are trapped. You have to say yes to the boss you don't like. You have to stay at the job that burns you out. You are one bad quarter away from a crisis. But when you protect the gap, you buy the right to say no. You buy the power to walk away. You buy peace of mind on a random Tuesday night. And in the end, time is the one thing money can never replace. So if your income doubled tomorrow, ask yourself one question. Would your savings double too? Or would your lifestyle? Because the answer to that question might tell you more about your financial future than your salary ever will.